Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the More Freedom series. Today we have traveled to Zen Joltis for the Zen Joltis 100. This will be race number 19 in the More Freedom series season 6. And today we are kicking off the second half of season 6 with a monster of a track. We traveled here earlier this season and had all kinds of crazy shenanigans happen. It is a quad oval, so there are technically 4 straightaways here at Zen Joltis. Pit stops will be happening on straightaway number 2 as we're looking down, I would guess what we would consider the front stretch here. So let's jump in real quick. Let's get through our current points. Your points leader is the 61 of Chevy. Second's going to be the 51 of AJM. Third will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. Fourth will be the 3 of Geek Girl Games. Fifth will be the 122 of Adam Victor. Sixth will be the 28 of E-Doggy. Seventh will be the 88 of NM. Eighth will be the 799 of Mike Check. Ninth will be the 13 of King of the Aces. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 42 of Mel Say What. Checking in on those team and chassis standings. Aces to Zed Motorsports has a commanding lead over second place MBR. Third will be TPRG. Fourth will be the Drop Bear Racing Team. And rounding out the top 5 will be Amish Buggy Racing. Chassis standings are Dodge, Toyota, and Chevy. So that's a look at all the points here to start off the second half of Season 6 here in the More Freedom Series. This is going to be a wild race here today at Zen Joltis. We're going to see crazy speeds here in the draft. 4+ mile quad oval here today. Our qualifying time is going to be for our pole sitter will be 117.522, so you can tell that this is a monster of a track. Above 200 miles an hour, maybe 220 here in the draft. We'll see what happens, and we'll see if they can keep their cars together, keep them all in one piece. And I think it's about time, so let's go racing. As they get these cars rolling, let's go through your starting top 10 today for this Zen Joltis 100. Starting on the pole will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days, and on her outside, the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. Starting third will be the 95, the Pink Panther, Zed Brunna, and on his outside, winner of race number 18, the 666 of Pistol Pete. Starting fifth will be the 44, Lil Vato, and on his outside, Known Wrecker, the 23 of Fuller Than You. Starting seventh will be the 660 of Garrett Miller, and on his outside, the 50 of Canny May. Starting ninth will be the points leader, the 61 of Chevy, and rounding out your top 10 will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. So that's a look at your starting top 10 today for this Zen Joltis 100. This is going to be Ice Cream Some Days' second pole of the year. She currently runs second in career stats here in the More Freedom Series. Behind the 25 of JTM, so she's running third right now. 12 wins for her career is that 356 of Ice Cream Some Days, so she has had a fantastic career here in the More Freedom Series and the More Freedom Stock Car Racing Association. She has a championship in the IROC Series, so she is looking for win, I believe, number 2 of the season here today. Move her up in the points from 13th. We'll see what she can do today. She's going to get a little bit of help at the start from the Pink Panther to the 95 of Zed Brunna. He's got the rookie, the 44, Lil Vato, and Lil Vato's teammate, the 660 of Garrett Miller back there. KFB is going to have a powerhouse team, TPRG, to help him on the outside. We're going to see what he can do, as a Known Wrecker, the 23 of Fuller Than You, is looking to cause chaos here at the start of this race. We're on to the front stretch. The pace car is ducking off to the right-hand side of your screen. Green flag is out, and we are underway. So a hammer down for that 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. He's going to try to lead lap number 1 here at Zen Joltis. It's going to be a high-speed affair. We're going to have some people looking like they almost bounced off the wall there as Zed is trying to stay with Ice Cream here. He does come down to the bottom of the track. Lil Vato gives him a little bit of room here. So Zed now into the second position. We're going to have a caution, folks. We're going to have a caution flag here on the track. Looks like it's going to be involving the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum, the 3 of Geek Girl Games, the 777 of Seabass, the 8 of Moon Bunny, possibly the 34 of Super Snake. We're going to see who else that involves, as it is a race back to the caution flag, which might be the 61 of Chevy out of nowhere leading this race here. We're going to see who your leader is scored as I think Chevy may have come out of nowhere to lead this race here today. So Chevy is being scored as your leader. Second's going to be that 25 of JTM. Third will be the 96 of Nico. Fourth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. And running at the top 5 will be the 77 of Zip and the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. So book into the top 5 is TPRG, as we do have several drivers. It looks like the 544, Frederick Winklebaum, probably going to be out of this race as a result of this caution. He is smoking like a chimney right now. So 61 of Chevy is caught up to that beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car. We're going to see what they do here. Only 2 laps in the books of 41. We were hoping for 21 laps of green flag action here today. We're not going to get that. Hopefully this is the only caution. Again, caution out on the track as a result of contact. I'm not sure. We saw him flipping from the roof cam, I believe, on the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. We're going to follow along real fast. We'll bring up timing and scoring right now. As always, top 10 will be on your left. Favorite driver scrolling across the top and see what Chevy does. See if they stay out. See if they come in, take tires and fuel. I am showing, unfortunately, the 777, the 8, and the 544 out of this race as a result of that, which is not surprising. I think it might have been the 777 of Seabass flipping down the straightaway there. I believe that's also going to involve the 49 of Jetman and the 420 of Queen of Hearts and the 3 of Geek Girl Games. We'll see if they stay out or not. Looks like the 61 of Chevy and everybody else is staying out on the track. Let's see what the 49 does here. So we see all that damage on the left-hand side and the rear end of the 3 of Geek Girl Games as she is working into the pits here. So there is the 49 of Jetman. He is pulling into his pits. We're going to see if they are retiring for the day or if they are staying out. So right side damage, and they are fixing damage on the 49 of Jetman. It looks like 3 of Geek Girl Games getting damage fixed, as well as the 420 of Queen of Hearts. So let's see the replay, see what brought out that caution flag. Well, this caution is going to be brought out by contact between the 544, the 3, and the 122. Let's see this happen for right now. From the roof cam on the 777 of Seabass. Finally, from the roof cam on the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Well, out of the race as a result will be the 777 of Seabass, the 8 of Moon Bunny, and the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Moon Bunny was working her way up in the standings here at the end of the first half of the season. She'd made her way up to 15th in the points. So not quite one to go here at Zen Joltis. Again, let's go through your current top 10. Your leader is the 61 of Chevy. Second's going to be the 25 of JTM. Third will be the 96 of NIPCO. Fourth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Fifth will be the 77 of Zip. Eighth will be the 12 of Xander. Ninth will be the sixth will be the 12 of Xander. Seventh will be the 356 of Ice Cream Sundays. Eighth will be the 122 of Adam Victor. Ninth will be the 44 of Lil Vato. And running out your top 10 will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. So we'll catch up to G3. So she is definitely going to be off the pace. I think the 420 and the 49 will also be off the pace as a result. Looks like we got the one to go, folks. One lap to go until green here at Zen Joltis. Again, 21 laps here today, making up 100 miles. Or roughly 100 miles. So Chevy started today's race in 9th, all the way up to the lead. JTM started today's race back in 19th and up to the second position. Nico started today's race in 13th up to 3rd. TPRG, as we know, is a force to be reckoned with here on these big speedways, super speedways, as we saw with the 666 of Pistol Pete winning at Fort Wayne. Working down the straightaway here. Again, 4 straightaways here, 4 corners, 4 straightaways. It's kind of like a square with corners. It's like a rounded square, whatever you want to call that, a squared, rounded square thing. You know, one of those. So they are lining up 2 by 2 here, working towards the green flag. Not quite there yet. I think it got another straightaway and a turn. And we'll see if JTM could get a good jump here. He's going to have the 12 of Xander and the 95 of Zed Brunna for Aces to Zed Motorsports, pushing at the top here. Xander with a new paint job for the second half of the season right here. That beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car ducks to our right-hand side of the track. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Already lots of jockeying for position as we see the 77 of Zip, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, working to the bottom of the track, trying to get up there with his teammate, the 61 of Chevy. Zip hung out in the middle, 4 wide with the 95, the 70, or the 96, and the 44. Little Vato to the bottom of the track. He's working with the 61 of Chevy here. We're going to see if the 96 of Nico can work up there to the back bumper of his teammate. As Chevy's still leading the way here, as the 11 of TC Roberts got some help by the 72 of Duchess. Here comes the winner of the All-Star race, the 51 of AJM, working to the bottom of the track with the help of the 23. And teammates, the 67 of the Mini Checks and the 799 of Mike Check down to the bottom of the track. Chevy working down to try to get with that 51 of AJM. AJM with a heck of a run here. He's going to lose that draft. He's going to get some help now by the 72 of Duchess. Chevy out to the lead still. We got 3 cars in the outside wall. So Zed and Xander to the hitting the outside wall, as well as the 28 of E-Doggy. Their teammate, known wrecker, the 23 of Fuller Than You, now down to the bottom of the track. He's got help by a Toyota counterpart, the 67 of the Mini Checks. I think they're working on race win number 3 this season. They're going to have help by the 47 of Dash, who started dead last on the field today, now up into the top 10. He's got Mike Check behind him there. Colonial counterparts, Australia and England right there. As the Mini Checks now out to the front of this field, there is their teammate, the 300 of Resemble. Resemble's going to give him a little bit of help here. We're going to have no caution flag on that incident, though, as the 799 of Mike Check, the 44, the 51 involved, the 42, the 88 probably involved. Lots of front runners now damaged here. We do have a caution flag now. They are throwing the caution flag. So the 67 of the Mini Checks out to the lead of this race. We're going to see if we see pit stops here. So unfortunate break for the 51 of AJM. Announcer's curse right there as he is involved in a caution. Possibly the 88 involved. Looks like the 3 of Geek Girl Games is going to get a little bit of rear end damage by the 420 of Queen of Hearts here. So let's quickly see what brought out that caution flag. Well, this caution is going to be brought out by contact between the 44 Lil Vato and the 799 of Mike Check. Let's watch this happen. From the roof cam on the 51 of AJM. We saw the 33 of Harvey Jones pitting there. The 44 Lil Vato was in. 72 of Dutch was involved. I believe the 42 was involved. Of Mel Say What. The 51 of AJM involved. 799 of Mike Check involved. So they are all into the pits and down and away. Let's go through your current top 10. Nobody pitting here so far for tires or fuel other than those involved in the caution. Nobody out as a result of that caution. Your leader is the 67 of the Mini Checks. Second will be the 300 of Resemble. Third will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Fourth will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Fifth will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. Sixth will be the 34 of Super Snake. Seventh will be the 47 of Dash. Eighth will be the 49 of Jetman. Ninth will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 61 of Chevy. So lots of crazy action happening here right now as we're going to check in on Lil Vato and see if we can see any damage on the right-hand side of his car, which is I assume he has. See a little bit of hood damage there on the left-hand side. Possibly a little bit of damage on the right-hand side of his car. We know Mike Check has a little bit of damage too. You can see a little bit of damage on the rear end of his car. Left side damage on the 51 of AJM. Just announcer's curse for that 51. Duchess, also a strong car in the All-Star race, has left side damage on her car. I know Harvey came in. Not sure if he came in as a result of the caution or if he came in just to get tires and fuel there. I saw him take fuel, and I'm not sure if that was, maybe to get to the end of this race, maybe he took tires. We don't know. Like, strategy underway here at Zen Joltis. Approaching halfway. I believe our leader at halfway will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. Caution number 2 here at Zen Joltis. Race number 19 of the More Freedom Series Season 6. And what we thought would be a mellow affair has turned into wild and crazy things happening on the track. Mini Checks in their rookie season here in the More Freedom Series. They currently have 2 wins for their career. 3 DNFs, oddly enough, 3 DNFs, currently running third in the points. So 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 2 wins, no poles, putting them up to third in the points right now. Probably, there might be moving up. 51 of AJM, who was running second, will probably drop a little bit in the points as a result of this caution. 61 of Chevy, still running in the top 10, is just trying his darndest here in his rookie season to win this championship. He's got 1 win this season and 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s. Stayed out a lot of trouble, led 69 laps so far coming into this race. Lots of things at play here in the second half of the season. See who can stay out of trouble, as 2 of the Drop Bear Racing team be restarting on the front row coming up here. We're going to see if this is the final lap before green or if we're going 1 more here. Looks like we got 1 lap to go till green, hopefully for the final time. Your leader at halfway will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. They have now led 4 laps on the day. Highest laps led looks like it's by the 61 of Chevy at 6 laps so far. That might be all the people that have led the laps are Chevy and the Mini Checks. So for a plate race, we have not seen that many lead changes resulting in laps led here. Fastest lap on the day will be by the 13 and King of the Aces at 231.633 miles per hour. So we did top the 230 range here at Zen Joltis. Which just goes to show Coda currently running in the 4th position in front of his teammate, the 23 of Fuller Than You. So Coda with a good car here again today. I mean, you can't say enough about that 13 King of the Aces. He generally has a good car every week. And he is currently running in the 9th in points, 2 wins this season, only 2 DNFs. So he is trying, he is putting himself in a position to win this championship if it comes down to it. I know there was heartbreak last season and fallen by the wayside in the last couple races and losing that championship to the 96 of Nico, but he is putting himself as best he can now into winning this championship. At this point, you know, you've got to start winning more. Anybody in this field has to start winning races, consecutive or every other race. Something they got to put some wins up here if they're going to catch up to that 61 of Chevy, who is, I believe, 60 points ahead of the 95 or the 51 of AJM. As the 67 of Mini Checks lead us back to the green flag. It is out. We're back underway here at Zen Joltis. So down into turn 1 they go. The 67 gets it hammered down. He's going to try to get some help by the 29 and the 23 here. 300 of Resemble kind of falling back a little bit as the 67 tries to work up, gives him help to his teammate, the 300 of Resemble here. 47 of Dash trying to make it 3 wide with the 13 and the 29. 29 works down to the bottom. He gets some help by the 666 of Pistol Pete here. So a 2-car breakaway at the front of the field with the Drop Bear Racing team. as the 29, a wishbone attack, works to the high line in front of the 47 of Dash. Down to the low line goes the 666 of Pistol Pete, trying to win another race here. Consecutive races for that 666 of Pistol Pete. He's now into possibly the third position. Here comes the 49 of Jetman as well. High line is at 11 of TC Roberts for Aces to Zen Motorsports. Dash now into the third position. He's going to have a draft help by the 13 of King of the Aces. 29 is falling back, stuck in the middle. So the 67 of the Mini Checks lead the way here today as their teammate, the 999 of Deviant, bounces it off the outside wall. He's trying to get his hammer down here as the Mini Checks lead going into turn one. The 300 of Resemble sticking right to their bumper right now with the help of the 13 of King of the Aces. Dash is high line to low line right now as he sticks to the high line. Here comes the 61 of Chevy. He jumps up to the high line. 4-car breakaway at the front of the field. We'll see if the 47 goes with him. Coda now dropping down to the bottom of the track. 300 comes down, slams the door on him. He's protecting right now that 67 of the Mini Checks. Here comes the 61 of Chevy, points leader. He's going to be in contention with the 47 of Dash right now. Dash now into the fourth position. Bottom of the track goes to the 13, jumps to the high line. We'll see if anybody goes with him. 47 stays low, 61 goes high. Dash tried to play the odds right there. Everybody stays to the high line. We're going to see if the 61 does jump down to the bottom end of the turn. He's going to get some draft help to the 300 of Resemble, the 61 and the 666. So TPRG pushing. Dash trying to push him to the front of this field. And again, we know how good TPRG is at plate tracks as laps winding down here at Zen Joltis. The 47 of Dash now into possibly the second position. Working that low line is Dash. And I'm not going to try to say his sponsor. That is way too many S's for me. He is worked now into the second position behind the 67 of the Mini Checks. Now down to the bottom of the track. We're going to see if the 666 goes with him here. Still under green here at Zen Joltis. Dash down to the bottom of the track, 67 to the high line. He's now got possibly the lead as they work it down into the turn. So Dash down to the low line. Here comes the 13 of King of the Aces. He's going to try to get that draft on the 47 of Dash. Working through the turn right now. So Dash working hard in his Dodge for DM Motorworks. He is trying to work out to the front of this field, trying to get out to the lead of this race. Mini Checks were shown as the leader on the previous lap, but we're going to see if Dash is able to hold him off. It looks like it might still be the 67 of the Mini Checks with the help of the 666 of Pistol Pete. Saw the 47, or I think the 42 of Mel Say What into the pits. Might have pit stops happening here at Zen Joltis as Dash trying to lead the race as best he can right now. Here comes a 00 of Mudbone out of nowhere. A great run by the 11 of TC Roberts. The 34 of Super Snake's going to have to work high as the 47 of Dash comes down, slams the door on him. As we are looking to see who are takers for pit road coming up. First and only pit stop will be happening pretty soon here at Zen Joltis as Dash leads the way. Or at least he is trying to lead the way. Oh, we've got an accident. That's going to involve the 50, the 40, the 50. Lots and lots of drivers, lots and lots of accidents here. That's going to involve Coda. That's going to involve the 28, the 25, the 50, the 660. So as JTM was just absolutely hammered down, you can't help but feel heartbreak for that 25 of JTM. As your leader on the track is the 47 of Dash. So again, JTM has been absolutely cursed this season. Your leader in career for everything may have another DNF, currently running 30th in the points. We'll see what happens here. Massive left side damage on the 660 and the 25. Front end damage on the 50 of Canny May as well. So caution out here at Zen Joltis, as the 50 of Canny May is all kinds of torn up, as well as the 25 and the 660. Or I'm not sure who else was involved in that caution. Looks like the 25 might be crab walking a little bit right there. We'll see if he stays out or if this is it for the day for the 25 of JTM. He's got damage to both sides of his car. And unfortunately, we just saw them pull that car behind the wall. So another DNF for the 25 of JTM here today at Zen Joltis. It looks like that's also going to be it for the 50 of Canny May and the 660 of Garrett Miller. So heartbreak for the 25 of JTM, who has been a perennial leader in everything here in both the IROC and the More Freedom Series. And Season 6 has just been a rough go for him this year. So again, out of the race right now will be the 25, the 50, and the 660. So we are seeing people taken for pit road. Not sure what the 47 dash is doing. Maybe he's trying to make it to the end. We got 5 laps to go. Maybe he tries to make it to the end. We don't know yet. We don't know. We've got the 00 of Mudbone into the pits, though. So I believe we had the 42 in. Let's see what brought out that caution flag. This caution flag is going to be brought out by contact between the 50 of Canny May and the 999 of Deviant from the helicopter camera. Let's see this happen. Let's go through your current top 10. Your leader is a 47 of Dash. Second's going to be the 11 of TC Roberts. Third will be the 67 of Mini Checks. Fourth will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Fifth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Sixth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Seventh will be the 96 of Nico. Eighth will be the 34 of Super Snake. Ninth will be the 00 of Mudbone. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. So we did have some people take pit stops here. Might have just had a change as a result of those pit stops. We just had let's go through that. Like, we still have some people. So I think, let's go back through that top 10. Dash is your leader. TC in second. Third will be the 67 of Mini Checks. Fourth will be the 356. Fifth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Sixth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Seventh will be the 96 of Nico. Eighth will be the 34 of Super Snake. Ninth will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. And rounding out your top 10 will now be the 12 of Xander. So we had several people take pit stops here. And not sure if they took tires and fuel or if they took tires only. I think Dash is trying to make it all the way on fuel and tires. But as we had several drivers possibly take tires, that could be a huge deal for the end of this race. So we got about 3 laps to go here at Zen Joltis. Again, your leader is that 47 of Dash. Started today's race back. I thought he started dead last. He actually started 24th on the day. So he has now worked himself up to the top position. We know, like, the interviews with Dash are that, you know, he is set his sights on winning here this season and is very disappointed with some of his finishes. He got that win in the IROC series to start off the season, and things were looking up, but it has not gone the way he has planned. And so I am totally probably jinxing him right now. So my apologies to the 47 of Dash if things go sideways as he runs 34th in the points. Again, 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, 3 DNFs this season. It is definitely not how he wanted his season 6 to go after a great season 5. Couple wins in season 5 put him into the IROC Series, which he is challenging for the championship over there. So not sure if we're going to see anybody pit or if this is going to be a no-stop race for that 47 to dash. Lights are out on that beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car, hopefully for the final time. Next caution, if a caution comes out, that's going to end the race. So with 3 laps to go here at Zen Joltis, we'll probably get the 2 to go at the line. We might get 1 to go at the line. We shall see. We shall see what happens here at Zen Joltis. Edge of your seat excitement here in the More Freedom Series. We're going to have the Colonial Trio, a couple Brits and an Aussie up here at the front of the field. So the 67 of the mini check's going to work to they're going to be in the bottom line with the 47 to dash. The 11 of TC Roberts will go to the high line with the 356 of Ice Cream Someday. So the English on the front row coming back to the green flag here at Zen Joltis. We're going to see what they got up their sleeve, as it were. We'll see if they can do anything to win this race, or if someone who is starting in the back that possibly took tires will get a great run to the front of this field in the last lap and a half or so. Again, Dash looking for win number 1 of the season. I know he was hoping to get into that All-Star race and compete there for all the marbles. Unfortunately, hadn't done it yet, but we'll see if he can get a W here today. Again, out of the race as a result of that caution, the 25 of JTM, the 50 of Candy May, and the 660 of Garrett Miller. So a couple Amish buggy racing cars. Three of the 5, I believe, are out of this race now. We got Lil Vato and Garrett Miller still in the race, I do believe. Now Garrett out, Lil Vato and the 34 Super Snake still in the race. So hopefully for the final time, coming back to this green flag is your leader, the 47 to dash. Green flag is out. We're back underway here at Zen Joltis. No, that is the 666 of Pistol Pete into the pits. So Dash has a hammer down. We're going to get the white flag, I do believe, next time around. We'll see if Dash goes the distance. He has got the hammer down to the bottom of the track right now. Here comes the 95 of Zed Brunna and the 96 of Nico. 12 of Xander working to the bottom of the track. The 47 to Dash. We're going to see if he sticks it out or if he is coming into the pits. I know he is desperately trying to win the race here today. Working down the straightaway. 47 out to the lead of this race. 67 into the second position. The 95 working to the bottom of the track. 47 to Dash way out in the lead right now. Not coming to the flag yet. As the 67 of the mini checks trying to work to the bottom. I don't know if they have a run. Dash comes down, slams the door. Mini checks to the bottom. Little bit of a bump. They're trying to work to the bottom, to the back bumper of the 47 to Dash right now. They're staying out. They're trying to win it. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Zen Joltis. 67 of the mini checks down to the bottom of the track. They've got some help by a Toyota teammate. The 95 of Zed Brunna. The 12 of Xander up to the top. Here comes the 61 of Chevy. 34 of Super Snake into the picture. The 67 down to the bottom of the track. Here comes the 95. He's giving him the draft help. Well, actually, it's them, the draft help, as we don't know who is pushing the pedals. We don't know who is steering the car right now. We're going to see if they can hold it out to the end of this race as the mini checks out to a 2-car length lead. Here comes the 34 of Super Snake way down to the bottom of the track. He's not going to be able to make it. The mini checks out to the lead of this race. Can they pull off another W here in the More Freedom Series? They're coming down the straightaway. One straight, one turn to go. Dash now into the second position. Minichek slammed the door on him. Minichek's down to the bottom of the track. They're keeping him up. He's going to work to the high line. We're going to see what the 61 of Chevy does. He's working down to the bottom. Minichek slammed the door on the 47 of Dash. They're going to pull off another win here today in the More Freedom Series. My goodness, what a race by the 67 of the Minicheks. They slammed the door off that final turn on the 47 of Dash and win their third race of their career here today at Zen Joltis. Let's go through your finishing top 10. Goodness, your winner today in spectacular fashion is going to be the 67 of the Minicheks. Second will be the 47 of Dash. Third will be your points leader, the 61 of Chevy. Fourth will be the 34 of Super Snake. Fifth will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Sixth will be the 95 of Zed Brunna. Seventh will be the 356 of Ice Cream Sundays. Eighth will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. Ninth will be the 999 of Deviant. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 12 of Xander. Goodness. Wow. Well, I mean, what a race here today. But next week we head to the Tricky Triangle. It's only got 3 turns. We head to Pocono for the Pocono 125. I believe that is the first and only time we hit Pocono this season, so that should be a fantastic race next week. As if this one wasn't good enough, we'll see how next week was. Let's check in on your current points now. As the Minicheks win race number 3, they're going to move up in the standings. I'm not sure how far. They were 20 points behind AJM. So you're seeing those standings here on the screen as well. Let's check in on those team and chassis standings as another huge day for Aces to Zed Motorsports. So you're seeing the team and chassis standings on the screen. What a race today by the 67 of the Minicheks. I can't even imagine. Dash had it on the outside. No pit stops by any of those drivers. And Dash just... Wow, just what a race today. They just slammed the door on the 47 to Dash and were able to pull out the win here today. Amazing job, amazing racing here by the Minicheks. They have come a long way from the early part of the season to where they are now in contention with 3 wins on the year. In contention in their rookie season to win a championship, which is pretty amazing. So congratulations to them. They are your winner. Until next week at Pocono, take care.